So I'm going to make a new folder for our new game. I'm going to extract code zip in a folder called avoider, and in it I'm going to start editing game.js so that I don't only have my x and my y for the player, but also enemy x and enemy y. My x and my y are already changing because of the code written in our code.zip, and they change in exactly the way we need it. They are chasing the mouse. We can change those lines in order for them to be always equal to mouse x and mouse y, and this will make them immediately where the mouse is, which is going to be a kind of easier but not so smoothly moving. So instead I prefer this formula that we haven't learned so far. We're going to understand it in after 15 more lessons, but it's a formula that works, and it's perfect for our today's game. Instead, I'm going to have to write totally new formula for enemy y in order for the enemy to move down. This is interesting but easy task that we already did a lot of times, and even after it the enemy will not be visible. You have to do something to make him visible and be really an enemy. This means that he also needs to be dangerous for the player, and you need to check for a collision. This is the hardest task for today. In today's game we have to find a way to understand if a rectangle has collided with another rectangle, the rectangle of the enemy and the rectangle of the player. We already had a collision check in Fruit Ninja, where we checked for a collision between a rectangle and a point, and it was hard. We needed 4 ifs that were nested, and today you will also need 4 ifs. You have to see if the enemy is down enough, up enough, and few more things. In order for you to think how all of this can be done, my advice is draw a picture on a sheet of paper or in Paint and start thinking not for both x and y. Try to reduce the task to a simpler task in which only to check if enemy x and my x are such that they collide in x dimension. So if we have only one dimension and only the variables enemy x and my x, the simpler task that we need to solve is the segment starting from enemy x colliding with the segment of the line starting from my x. This is a much simpler task, and we will need only 2 nested ifs for it. We already solved this task for y dimension in Pong, because when the bow was too much to the left, we only checked if the y's of the bow and the paddle are such that they collide. So my last hint is take some already completed code from the Pong